Welcome to PA Timber Goose, another lovely day on the Appalachian Trail. Currently I am in Clarks Creek and we're going to hike up to the abandoned mine on top of the mountain. Spend the night up there. This will be my second try for this video. The first time I got rained out, and there is another storm coming tonight. So we'll be making some videos in the rain tomorrow morning. It's supposed to start about, the rain is supposed to start around midnight and last till about 3 o'clock tomorrow. So it should be very interesting. We're supposed to get 1 to 3 inches of rain. This time I am prepared. I have all the right gear. And we'll test our gear out for our future hikes. We have some other hikes planned throughout the summer. Some of them may be further north. Hopefully everybody enjoyed my video of the old Loggers Path last fall. That was probably one of the best hikes I've ever done. It was very peaceful. Colors are very beautiful. Come along with us today and enjoy our hike to the top of the mountain. We're going to have a nice fire, cook some burgers over the fire, and enjoy the solitude. It's okay. It's okay. I see you. Yeah. Yeah. Are you friendly? It's okay. Are you friendly? I won't hurt you. Oh, that smells good. Yeah. We arrived at our campsite on top of the mountain. It's going to be very chilly up here tonight. Got a couple old mines here that are subsided. Let's take a look at those. That one looked like it dropped in a bit since the last time I was here. That one dropped about 6 or 7 feet. Must be a lot of water coming off the bank here, making it go down into the mine. There's a concrete base here in front of it. You can see the cement kind of goes up here and then it makes a left. I wonder if it's a horizontal or vertical shaft. The more I look up here, the more I seem to find. I found a couple more concrete foundations for 2 buildings along the trail coming up. I did not see them last time. The heavy rain that we had a few weeks ago must have opened a lot of this stuff up. Here's another subsidence here we'll take a look at. You can actually kind of see down into this one. Last time I was here, this one wasn't open either. The water must have washed down into the mine shaft and opened it up some. There's a big opening there. Last time I was here, that was not open. I can see down in there. Oh. I can see down in that one. I can feel a draft coming out of that, even though it's windy up here. There must be another opening to that somewhere else on top of this mountain. We are currently above Dehart Reservoir. You can see the cool blue water at the bottom. You can see the spillway at the bottom. We are almost on top of the mountain. Here's where I came up. There's the AT. And there is another road that skirts around the bottom here. I never followed that all the way out to see where that goes to. There's a stone wall along this edge. Some of it looks like it washed out since the last time I was here. Last time that it looked much better than that. Some of the rocks are starting to slide down the bank from the water. But definitely a cool area. This is my second try spending an overnighter up here. The last time I was here I got rained out. There is a big storm coming tonight. It's going to come around midnight. So at the end of this video, I'm going to be hiking through a torrential downpour once again. On the way out, but at least I'll get 1 day of a nice fire. There's my fire pit. It was on this side, but there's too many leaves here. It's making me a little nervous. So we put it over here. If the wind blows, I have more dirt around it, less to burn. And I have a pile of dirt behind it I can smother it with if I have to. So I passed 10 hikers coming up the trail. Quite a few dogs. Many of them could have been my grandparents. Two of them had knee replacements and they still managed to hike almost all the way up here. All the dogs would let me pet them. They were all friendly except the young one. That one wasn't sure. It kind of ran behind me and out around. It was terrified. I don't know why. All right, let's get a fire going here. I'm getting kind of hungry. I'm gonna make some food. I'll be back in a few minutes. Scavenged some pine cones on the way up. These seem to be all over the trail down there. They have a resin in them, so these actually burn really well. There we go. First try. Nothing like dry oak leaves. Dry oak leaves burn really well. There's our tasty pretzel roll. Fire was a little hot. The other one looks worse than that, but time to eat. Mini tongs, very light, easy to slip in your backpack. No extra weight. One delicious burger. Now we need some cheese. One delicious burger on the top of a mountain. All ready to eat. We'll be back in a few minutes after I devour both of these. There we are, one Nemo two-person tent. My rainfly is not exactly straight, but that's only the second time I put it up. So I'm missing the tent peg. Very easy to put up. A wishbone pole system. And the tent actually clips to that in 2 places. The rainfly has 4 stakes. And the tent actually only has 3, so that's 7. Very simple design. Some of the tents I've had in the past, I had to crawl in from the long end, which for me was a problem. It was hard for me to fit in a lot of the smaller, older style tents. My feet always stuck out the end. Let's take a look inside here. I'm sure I missed a few things, and I'll just have to put this up a few more times and get better at setting this up. Two doors. I don't know if you could actually put 2 people in here. It would be very tight, but you do have 2 vestibules in there. I can put my pack in here and my boots. Don't have to worry about anything crawling in my pack or in my boots. This Nemo tent was actually easier to set up than my hammock. My hammock took me a little bit longer to get the tension right. I don't really have any quick connector clips on there, or for my rainfly. But I will try this out. I have a foam pad to put on the ground, and I also have an air mattress on top of it, so it should be pretty warm tonight. And I also have a 15-degree down bag, which is probably a little bit too warm, but we'll give it a try. Let's set up our sleeping pad here, and we'll put our air mattress on top of it. Let's start with my foam pad. This is a Nemo Switchback. This will give me a higher R value combined with my air mattress. Try the silver side up so I can reflect some of my body heat back. I got the longer pad because I'm tall and I don't like my feet hanging off the end when it's cold. There's my foam pad. I have my Trekology pillow. This actually attaches to the air pad. It has a little bungee cord on there. Considering I used to use my boot for a pillow. Here's my Thermarest air mattress in a long. It's my sleeping system. Should be very warm tonight. Now let's roll out our down sleeping bag. My cold weather sleeping bag is a Marmot Helium. I'm going to set this up and let it loft up a bit. This is probably going to be a little bit too warm tonight. This bag is rated at 15 degrees, and it's basically a winter camping bag. Extra large, so I have a lot of room. I may unzip this bag and use it as a quilt if it's too warm. And that's my sleeping system. We have camp all set up. We have a nice fire going here. Let's take a look at our fire. It took a little while to build that fire ring. Much safer than where it was. Now it's up against the bank, so if something happens I can push all them rocks in there and smother my fire. There's really no water on top of this mountain. Let's take a look at DeHart Reservoir. We'll turn the camera around. There's DeHart Reservoir at the bottom. The water's nice and blue. It was a little brighter when I came up, but the sun is starting to move. See if we can zoom in here a little bit. You can see a little building down there. That's where the valve is to let the water go through the dam. It's so quiet up here. See all the way to the other side of the mountain on the other side. It's very beautiful up here. No military equipment buzzing the top of the mountain today. It's very peaceful. Probably because it's Friday. This is a soup mix. When I had one, I went on the Old Loggers Path. I believe this is you can buy this in a 1 or 2 pound bag. And this is about a cup of the mix. Takes about 45 minutes to an hour to cook on low. And it's very delicious. It's very inexpensive. Here's my new base for my stew. I got tired of knocking my base over. A couple times I melted my nylon pants on my leg. So now we have a cool little base. My stove will be flipping over no longer. I've also bought a new MSR pocket rocket. Save a few more ounces in my pack. And this one actually does a better job with the flame. It has a wider flame pattern and it burns less fuel, so it's more efficient. So this is the new MSR pocket rocket. The old one still works fine, but this one uses less fuel, and it has a less of a tendency to burn anything on the bottom of your pot. This is actually a better stove to simmer with, and it has a lighter on the bottom here. You don't need a Bic lighter or anything to get the flame going. This is split pea and rice. There's 2 different kinds of split peas in there. And then there's some seasoning in there. We'll get our water boiling and we'll pour that in there. Let's see if we can get this to light. Very easy. I like that little button. This will take a few minutes to get that cold water to boil. Got a nice rolling boil going there. Heat it up fairly quickly. Let's pour our soup mix in here. And this will take approximately 45 minutes to cook. I'll let that boil for about 30 minutes. And then I'll turn the heat off and let it simmer. Turn our flame down. You don't actually have to let it cook for 45 minutes to an hour. You're only going to cook it for about 30 minutes, 35 minutes. You let it boil very slowly. And then after that, you can put the lid on it and let it steep in there. It'll continue to cook because the liquid is still warm. And it does have a very good smell to it. We'll let that cook for a while. And then we'll be back to enjoy our delicious soup. Got a little chilly. I moved back next to the fire. I put my soup next to the fire so it'll cook a little faster. Check the weather again. Looks like our rainstorm is starting to peter out. Only a 50% chance of rain now at 2 a.m. All the way to 7 or 8, so we might get lucky tomorrow. Maybe we won't get that wet. We're packing up, heading out. I have a reflector built behind the fire here, and it's doing an awesome job of keeping me warm. The pile of firewood is dwindling. I think I cleared out every stick in a 200-yard radius. Let me take a look at my soup here. It's rehydrated. It's almost all the way to the top. This is really good on a cold day, and it's a pretty decent meal. If you want more subsistence, all you need is a power bar or something to go with this. Breakfast tomorrow morning will be an energy drink and a protein bar, and that'll get me down off the mountain, and I'll get something hot on the way home. We'll probably stop at McDonald's and get a big breakfast. All right, let's enjoy the soup, and then we'll take another walk around camp take another look at DeHart Reservoir. Nice steamy soup. This titanium mug really holds the heat. That soup was delicious. Brought my body temperature right up. This fire is really throwing some heat. You can see it in the background there. The best firewood to make heat with would be oak. If you can find some oak, even though it doesn't have any bark on it and it's rotten, it generates a lot of heat. So half of my pile of firewood over there, which is dwindling down, is oak, and the other half is maple. I burned some different wood in it to get that pile of ashes there so I could cook my burgers. It's getting very quiet in here. There's no wind at all. It's actually kind of creepy. It's so quiet in here. Once in a while I'll hear some leaves rustling above me up on the ridge here. I feel like I'm being watched, but I'm sure it's nothing threatening. I hear some leaves rustling above me. Every now and then there's no wind, but I think it's a squirrel or something small. Hopefully we'll have a good night's sleep. Sleeping in the hammock is definitely different from sleeping in a tent. When you have some wind in the hammock, it sways back and forth. It will actually rock you to sleep, and then as soon as my hammock stops swinging, then I wake up. I have had some very good sleeps in that hammock. In the tent I have not. But we have a new sleep system, so we'll see how that works. Thanks for coming along if you made it this far in this video. And we'll see you in the morning. We're going to grab a power bar and some energy drink and pack everything in the backpack and head back down the mountain. All right, we'll see you in the morning. Thanks for coming along on our hike on the AT. There will be a few more overnighters and a couple longer hikes planned in the future. As always, give this video a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm. Hit that subscribe button to help my channel grow. Thank you for all the new subscribers and coming along. Definitely some changes coming to the channel. I have a lot of hours in my channel, as you can see. I'm slowly starting to change as I move things around and start to dial in my channel. I wasn't sure what I wanted to do with the channel. One big one or 3 small ones, but now I have 3 channels. The main channel, PA Timber Ghost, my hunting channel, which is PA Timber Ghost 2, and Random Thoughts, which I have to add some videos to. There's never enough time to do everything. Most of my editing always comes before I go to work. I get up very early in the morning and spend a few hours on the computer editing my videos, and always adding new content to the channel. Check out the community page. I'm always adding something to that. And as always, thanks for coming along today. Thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching PA Timber Ghost. Love it. Rain is awesome. Morning.
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 Morning. How you doing today?
Good. I love rain.
Yeah. Have a great day.
Me too.